Record.
I am also recording. Hello and welcome to this episode of the Up Close and Personal Trainer podcast. I am one of your hosts, Emma.
And I'm the other one of your hosts, Fiona.
I like to accentuate the S's. Also, for some reason, I forgot to say the S. So,
do you know what word is kind of similar to that makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable? You know, when people say breasts, like I don't like the fact that it's got two at the end. Breasts.
Yeah.
Breasts.
Yeah. I think that's why I was struggling, actually.
Because, yeah, we've been saying a lot of breasts. Anyway, how's your week been, my darling? How are you?
I'm okay. I had a bad couple of days with my back, but it seems to be, touch wood, on the way up. Had a couple of sleepless nights, but yeah, I feel quite good now. I feel all right.
That's good.
Positive. I think the sun is shining. How was your week?
Yeah, I think I totally agree. The sun does help, doesn't it? Like last week was pretty miserable with the bad weather. I'm good. I hosted my first Zoom quiz on Saturday night, and it was really fun because I've taken part in so many Zoom quizzes and I've never won, because obviously like how it works is if you win, you get to then host the week after.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And because I've never won, I've never got to host it. But this was a new quiz started by me, so I hosted it. And I think some people use quizzes as a way to flex on their knowledge. Have you done any? You've not done any Zoom quizzes, have you?
I've done a few with mates, yeah.
Right, okay. And do you feel that sometimes like people really use specialized topics and then everyone's like, I don't know the answer to this?
I guess, but then I think partly it's obviously just what they know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, my specialist topics is nutrition and nobody might know the ins and outs of it. But then I always just try and make them interesting, like, I don't know, topics that are interesting to discuss, not just me proving that I'm smart. Yeah,
I was really proud of mine because you didn't need any general knowledge for it. In fact, I actually think everyone got a bit dumber for doing my quiz. But it started with a Facebook round, and I stalked everyone's Facebook and I took quotes, and they had to guess who'd said it and what year.
Oh my God, that's brilliant.
Yeah, it was very funny. And then I had a beard round, so it was like all these famous beards, and you had to guess who they were. And then I had a Price is Right round. So I'd taken like random objects of Amazon, and everyone had to guess how much they cost. So
I like that.
That was very fun when my particularly conservative friend guessed the exact price of some anal beads. We were all like, brilliant. Oh, I've accidentally found your Amazon buying history. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was good fun. I enjoyed that.
You're going to get some really weird adverts now because you've Googled weird stuff.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Oh, shit. Yeah, so what I've been doing as well, I think you said last week that you'd been listening to other podcasts to try and find something that's as good as the Up Close and Personal Trainer.
Yeah, unsuccessful.
Yeah, well, I found one that's like almost up there with us.
What's it called?
It's the Gemma Collins podcast.
Oh my God, does she have a podcast?
She's got a podcast.
Oh my God, this is going to be amazing. Yes. For those of you not watching on YouTube, Shona is wearing her "I'm claustrophobic, Darren" jumper.
You do better than that. I'm claustrophobic, Darren.
Yes.
Have you seen the one where she's like got her Jeff's her like stylist, and he's shining a light, and she says, "Jeff, turn the light off. Jeff, it's too bright. You're hurting my pupils."
No, I've not seen
pupils.
Oh.
I love her so much. But anyway, she's got a podcast, and it has amazing titles like "Who Invented Time?" Good question, Emma. Who did invent
Good
time?
question. Yeah.
Yeah, so that brings me on to basically, I'm just going to steal the content of Gemma Collins' podcast. She was discussing on her latest one, rules for life. And I've been asking my friends what their rules for life are, and I texted you earlier on to ask you what your particular rules for life are. Have you got any?
Okay, I've got some. Some are just quite like general, but I feel very important and I feel quite strongly about them.
Okay.
So, number one is when you're making tea, the milk goes in last after the tea bag has been removed.
That is so funny because I asked my friend, what are your rules for life? And she replied with that exact rule.
Although there is a difference. So I guess it depends. If you're making 1 cup of tea for yourself, tea bag, boiling water, wait till it brews, take tea bag out, milk goes in. If you are using a teapot, milk goes in, tea goes in after.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that rule. What about using a tea bag twice for 2 cups of tea? Like 1 bag, 2 cups.
I feel it's unnecessarily stingy.
It's really
You know what? Like, yeah, they're so cheap anyway. I just think, you know, treat yourself a bit.
My
You
mum
don't want
does
weak
that.
tea. There's nothing worse than weak tea.
Yeah, my mum does that. She'll like, if she's making tea for me, her and my sister, she'll use 1 bag.
For 3 cups?
Yeah.
But you like your tea really milky.
I do, you're right. Right. That's probably why. And I've also been known to put the milk in while the tea bag's still there.
Well, you know what? If you were using it for 3 cups, then yeah, I'd probably just leave the tea bag in. Because there'll be no jizz left in it.
Yes.
Maybe a bad term.
Yes.
No.
Juice.
No, I just says zuz. I don't know what that is. I think it's like the...
Zuz.
I don't know what I said. Right, leave me alone. Okay, do you want to hear the next one? Or
Yeah.
are you going to tell me one of yours? You go for one of yours.
Well, okay, I'll tell you like a not very exciting one, but mine is always treat people the way that you want to be treated. And I don't know if that necessarily is like setting you up for disappointment, because sometimes people don't treat you back the way that you want to be treated. But
Yeah, that's true. But at least you know you've been a good person.
yeah, I try and do that. I try and live by that rule.
So I don't know if I live by that rule, because I have quite weird ways that I would treat myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like the saying, like, leave people better than you found them. And even if that's just like you walked past someone on the street and you smiled,
Right,
they've left you better than when they found you. Or it could be something huge, like you've worked with them for years and years and years and completely changed their lives, and they've lost a load of weight, they feel confident, happy.
mm-hmm.
And that's a sort of big thing. But it could be tiny and it could be big, but I always want to leave someone better than when I found them.
Yeah, so you always want to leave a good impression. Do you mean like
Not just, I don't mean
not of
their
yourself?
impression of me. I mean that would be nice as well, but I mean like their well-being or some kind of positive left. If it's even that you taught them something, or it can just be a little mood booster, like a smile.
Oh, that's lovely. Do you try and smile at everyone that you walk past?
No, not always.
Why not?
I don't know, just sometimes it's a bit odd, and sometimes if, like, depending on the person, it's maybe not appropriate.
Yeah,
But most of the time, or like neutral, like to
like, you know, that smile where you don't show teeth and you actually don't use your eyes, but you stretch your smile as wide as possible. You go. You can't see what I'm doing, but it's like one of those like.
Yeah. A little nod. Maybe we should do a whole day where every time you see someone, this is not a great idea in lockdown because you don't really see that many people, but you have to give them like a small compliment. Like, oh, I like your shoes. But even people on the street, like, you have to stop and just be like, oh, great t-shirt, and then keep walking.
That's brilliant. That's really
Will you
good.
do that for a day and report back and see what happens?
Someone once said, I remember hearing someone say to me, it was on my Instagram stories, she said that when she was a little girl, she got taught to never compliment or comment on someone's body or face or hair or something that they can't change. Never comment on it, always like comment on something that they could change, if you know what I mean. So like their
I quite
outfit
like that.
or their personality, like I'm not really describing it very well, but yeah, I think rather than like always comment on like, oh, you look like you've lost weight, I think it's a bit different when you're a coach.
Yeah, and it could
that is
be
your
well,
job.
but even then, if you know someone and you know that fat loss is their goal and you've been coaching them, probably a little bit different. But if you're like, oh, you've lost weight, and they're like, yeah, I'm on cancer treatment, or like, actually, I put on weight and it was my goal to put on weight, or I don't know, like you just think you never know what, like, if that's a positive thing for them or not. So I quite like that.
Yeah, and
someone once told me that I had, like, they were like, oh, I really love your outfit, and I wasn't sure if they were like being really sarcastic. So that was strange.
like your outfit.
Well, I was wearing, like, this sounds awful, but like pink sort of tracky type bottoms, but also a pink top because I hadn't brought many clothes. This was in Australia and I didn't think I'd need a jacket. So it was like completely matching.
Right.
And I was like, is she just taking the piss, or I don't know? Because earlier my friend had been taking the piss out of me and I was like, well, someone actually stopped me to say how great this outfit was.
Oh, well then I would take that nicely. I think she meant
I'm gonna rock it.
I really like your outfit. Was it like that?
It was like that.
Oh my God, I'm so good at accents. Okay, what's your other rules? Let's hear another one.
Okay. No bras in bed.
No bras in bed. Funnily enough, that was one of Gemma Collins.
No way.
She said no bras or no pants in bed. So like you need to air out your vagina when you sleep. So don't wear pants. You need to give it a wee chance to breathe.
I do normally wear pants in bed, I think.
It's just a recipe for a yeast infection.
Is that a thing though, not wearing pants in bed?
Well, the GC says.
Oh, okay. Well, it must be the
GC
I'm quite
says.
strongly like, why would anyone want to wear a bra in bed? It's so uncomfortable.
Oh, that is really uncomfortable.
You have to let them grow.
Wait. Wait, what? Do they? If I don't wear, like, I've never wear a bra in bed ever.
Well, it's worked really well for you.
That's what we've been doing wrong. However, right, okay, to be the devil's advocate, we both have quite flat chests. If you had,
okay,
you're like, speak for yourself, bitch. If you had like really large breasts, then maybe it would be more comfortable to have them strapped in rather than them like flying round the bed. I
do hear that. There's a meme and it's like, oh, I went to bed wearing a vest top and woke up with my boobs like hanging out each side. Which I'm like, oh, how did that possibly happen?
You know, when you see memes you can't relate to.
Yeah, I'm like, huh? What are you talking about? Oh, Lawrence, one of my friends, sent me a meme this morning. Obviously, it made him think of me. Hold on, let me find it. It says, nipples showing through your t-shirt asserts dominance. I was like, hell yeah, I'm rocking that.
It's like, here I am, girl.
Well, I think, does that happen to you?
Only if I was like freezing cold.
Okay. Right, okay.
Does that happen to you all the time?
Always.
Have you just got like big?
I think my nipples are always hard. Just checking. Yeah.
There's a really amazing podcast which you might have already listened to called My Dad Wrote a Porno.
Yeah.
Have you listened to it?
Yeah.
Do you remember when he likens Belinda's nipples to the rivets that held the Titanic together?
Oh, it's amazing. If anyone hasn't listened to that, would strongly recommend.
Oh, strongly recommend. And another episode, he says her breasts hung like pomegranates.
I've never seen what a pomegranate hanging looks like.
Not what you'd want your boobs to look like at all.
I mean, hang's not a great word for describing your boobs, is it?
No, you don't want them to hang. You want them to be to stay
Alert.
alert.
Stay alert.
Like the latest Boris.
Stay alert. Listen to Boris. Okay, what's your next one?
Okay, do you want to read some of my friends' ones? I don't know if I necessarily agree with all of them, but then do you know what's that's the beauty of life. One of mine actually, just before we go into my friends' ones, is always check the toilet seat in case you've sprinkled.
One of yours?
That's one of, it's just, I think that should be one of everyone's, because clearly not everyone follows that.
Are you still really upset about that? Guy from Pureton.
Yes, I am. I am still very upset with that.
But I mean, wait, do you mean like women?
Yeah.
How are you using the toilet?
Maybe I'm just in a rush. I don't know, but
Baby, you're meant to wipe.
I do. But I think I wipe standing up. I don't wipe when I'm sat down. That's my issue.
Okay, so there might be a bit of spring. Okay,
right, anyway, moving on.
Good life tip.
Good life tip. Well, maybe my rule should be wipe sitting down then.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so my friend's ones where one of my clients said, because I asked her during her session, she said, always carry a pen and a tampon. That is actually a really good rule. That's a great rule.
Yeah.
Yep. If not for yourself, for someone else. Someone's mum said, never let a man or boy pressure you to do anything you don't want to. That's great advice.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously. Okay, here's one of my other friends' ones. You'll serve at least 2 vegetables with lunch and dinner. Never buy anything labelled low fat. You won't agree with that one at all, will you?
Oh, well, I'm not like, woo, everything should be low fat. But yeah, I think fits in a diet. And if you're dieting, sometimes it's a good option.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Oh, yeah.
When people used to say, like, never buy any diet foods because it's what did they say? It's a chemical shitstorm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shut up.
It's like, come on.
Some of my favourite things are chemical shitstorms.
Me too.
Oh, that's a good one. Take the goddamn paracetamol when you have a sore head instead of moping about it in pain for hours. I think that's quite good. Because I sometimes I can have really bad cramps. I'm like I don't like taking paracetamol, but then just take paracetamol and it feels all better.
Oh, I listened to this podcast on menopause this week. Not that you have menopause, don't worry. But she was also talking about like periods and cramps and things. And she said that you should take the painkillers like in anticipation of period pains. Like if you're someone who knows that the day before and you can feel it coming on, because normally you can sort of feel like, oh, I don't feel great, but then I'm the same, like I will wait until I'm in pain and then I'll be like, maybe I should take some painkillers now. So I'm like, oh, it's not that bad, and then I'm like, oh my god, it's really bad. Whereas if you take it in anticipation of that, then the really bad shouldn't happen.
Oh, that's a great idea. I really should always do that. But then I've got like a bitch ovary and a normal ovary, so it's like 1 month it will be really painful and then the next month it's fine. It's like manageable. And I think it's because one of my ovaries is like, I call it the bitch ovary.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good one. Cheese improves every meal. That's a good one. Oh no, this one's really good. Nobody looks stupid when they are having fun.
Yeah, I think if you're owning it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much I agree with that because I have seen people having fun and looking stupid. But then,
yeah, I think I agree, but also I almost think like if it looks like you don't care that you look stupid, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think the same when people like a lot of people ask me, a lot of people ask me, but genuinely they do. Like personal trainers, like, how do you speak to camera? I just find it really cringy or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, of course it's cringy. You're talking to yourself, like that is cringy.
Yeah.
But if you kind of accept it and you're just like embracing the fact that it is a bit cringe, then it becomes a lot easier. Although I will say as well, like talking to camera is not for everyone. And
No.
if you're better at writing or podcasting, or maybe you're just not a big content producer, there's like loads of ways you can build your business without having to talk to camera.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as well, it's a lot of practice, isn't it? Talking to camera.
Yeah.
Like you do definitely get better at it as the more you do it. I really like that one. Nobody cares about the success, in inverted commas, of your relationship. Your loved ones just want you to be happy. Interesting.
What was that again? Nobody cares about the success of your relationship.
Yeah, I think that might be related to like social media. What do you think?
Oh wait, I thought you meant the success of your relationship with someone else.
Yeah, well, okay, I'll read it again. No one cares about the success of your relationship. Your loved ones just want you to be happy.
Yeah, I thought that was like, say you wanted to break up with someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're going to be happier, then
Oh,
people
yeah, okay. I
around
think that, yeah, actually, with context, that makes much more sense. Yeah, yeah. So there's no point flogging a dead horse. Like, if you're unhappy, just end it. Your family would much rather you were happy than settled with a shit relationship.
Agreed.
Yeah, definitely agreed. One that I can't relate to: wear a well-fitting bra, can change an outfit. I don't really wear bras apart from sports bras. I don't own.
I've never once had a well-fitting bra.
No.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Like, if I wear an underwired bra, right, there's nothing to like hold it in place, so it just starts to ride up.
Yeah, I've had that.
Yeah.
Also, do you feel like if you're wearing like maybe a vest top and like a real bra, because there's nothing there really, do you feel like if you lean forward, like you like people can just see your nipples?
Yep, straight up.
Yeah.
Like
And you just like going around all day, like hoisting yourself up in case you have a nip slip.
Yeah, and there's like flat and then sudden like boob, like sudden.
Yeah, it just looks so fake.
Yeah, it's not for us, unfortunately, is it?
I get that quite bad in bikinis as well, actually.
Or do you? You could wear like little triangle ones.
Yeah, I remember when I was on holiday, my mates would be like, you've got your nipple out again. I'm like, oh, sorry, guys.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry about that. Okay, wait, I think I've got another one. Okay, I wasn't 100% sure what you meant by life things. So I had a quite long discussion with one of my friends, and things that like she thinks you can tell a lot about a person by is, let's say you go to an ice cream place and there's like 20 different ice creams, like flavors, and someone orders vanilla.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
she's like, you can tell that they're so plain.
Yeah, like, and do you want to be with someone who just would order vanilla when there's like,
I know what I like and I don't want to try anything else? Basic bitch ice cream, isn't it?
It's super basic bitch. Now,
and then she also says the same about ready salted crisps.
Oh, but ready salted crisps are good.
Yeah, I actually do quite like a ready salted crisp. So I'm not 100% with her on that, but I can see the vanilla.
But what if someone ordered a sorbet though?
Nah.
I don't know how I feel about a sorbet, because my dad used to always order a lemon sorbet when there was all these like delicious like creamy flavors, and he would.
Oh, but I can see it as like a palate cleanser.
Right. Okay. I always did think.
Had like a big meal, a big Italian meal with loads of carbs and stuff, and then you just went a little bit of sorbet. I could see that. But if you've gone out for an ice cream, and you're like, oh, I think I'll have the sorbet. No. A sorbet in a cone as well.
No, that's weird. That's weird.
No, yeah. Too far.
So that is brilliant advice. If anyone wants to, if you're like on a first date, take them to the ice cream shop, but make sure it's not like it's got like lots of flavors.
Yeah, and then you can, I think if you're like not sure if this person's boring or just like really shy and isn't saying much, take them there, and then they order vanilla, it's done.
Do you know what I think is quite a cute story? Paul went out for a walk by himself with the dog, and he walked past an ice cream shop and got himself an ice cream with strawberry sauce, sprinkles, and a flake on a cone. And the mental image of like a fully grown man in his 30s walking along with this ice cream cone. Like, I was like, that is actually adorable. Isn't that quite cute?
That's cute. I thought you were going to say he got the dog an ice cream.
Not a chance. Not a chance. Not a chance. Yeah, that's quite cute.
Do you have any more?
Treat yourself like you would a toddler. Make sure you get enough sleep, fresh air, exercise, healthy food, and not too much TV.
Love it. I actually did a post about this yesterday.
Yeah.
Parent yourself.
I saw that. What else is I like that. That was some real talk right there, wasn't it?
That was some deep stuff.
Yeah, you could.
But yeah, it really resonated with me. It's like you would never let your child do that, and I think because we coach a lot of mums, but I mean the same applies to anyone. But you're like, you wouldn't let your kid just watch TV all day, slob around, eat food, like eat a load of food, and not go outside all day. Like, I know we're in lockdown, but we are allowed to go out for exercise, and everyone should be going out every single day, at least for a little walk. So yeah, I like that. Parent yourself.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. See if I've got any more. On the GC podcast, she had that guy, I can't remember his name, I'll remember later, not relevant. Anyway, he was on, he sent her a voice note. He said that if always put your mobile phones away when you're out for coffee or lunch or dinner with someone. Yeah, I can't stand that. I can't stand that. See, when someone's got their phone out and they're texting, I'm like, you don't think I'm important enough right now in this moment to give me your full attention. Put your phone away. So annoying.
Yeah, and if it's on the phone, it can wait.
Yeah.
The notification will be there after your dinner.
Yeah. I love it. How about some deal breakers?
Oh, wait, I've got one more.
Okay, let's hear it.
In fact, it's not something to live by. It's just people that I hate. The people that steal the carabiner clips at the gym. Do you get that? The
carabiner clips are the ones that are like the squeezy ones for the
No, the ones that like so you can clip on attachments.
Yeah, what is that all about? We have to buy
There's never any there, and I'm like, who would take this?
I feel like there's some bloke walking about with them all clipped to his jeans.
Do you know what? This happened I still remember this, but this happened in my primary school. I remember there was like a shortage of pencils, and the teacher was like, I don't understand, like there's so many pencils, and this one guy was stealing them all and putting them in his little drawer. And I think that's the same kind of thing that's happening with these clips. Like someone's just like, I'm just going to take all these clips for no reason.
Just stealing them.
Although I've never seen in all my many years in the gym anyone doing it.
No, I've not. It's very sneaky, isn't it? Very sneaky. Unless they're stealing them to bring to the gym and always guarantee that they've got one.
Yeah, but even then, I've not seen someone like whip one out their pocket. Oh,
I'm like,
what you're looking for?
You're not a rock climber. You stole that from Pure Gym.
Yeah. Okay, I'm ready for a deal breaker.
Yeah, so I'll get them up. But listeners, dear listeners, if you have any rules for life, send them in to the Up Close and Personal Trainer podcast at gmail.com. That is not a real email address. I just
don't send them to that. Message us both on Instagram. Thank you.
You never know.
Should we go through our listener question first?
Yes, this is gonna be great. I'm so excited about this.
This is juicy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a lovely listener. She has a beautiful wife, and at the start of the question, there were many parts to the question. It's very good. She was asking about well, she was saying that she's had a homophobic experience. So I love the way she described it. She was like, we were in the middle of the countryside, out of nowhere. We were just picturing someone like jumping out of a bush being like, oh, look at those fucking lesbians. But anyway, she said she had a homophobic experience, and was wondering like if I'd had any, or if I'd like, do you have any friends that have had like abuse?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I did theatre studies at uni, so I had a lot of
So obviously
LGBT friends at uni, and people got abused just for like one of my friends actually got attacked. He got hit on Buchanan Street.
wow.
Literally just walking down the street. As your friend, as the listener who's written in, he wasn't even holding hands or anything. He just walking down the street, and someone shout like,
was he quite like obviously gay, like flamboyant looking?
yeah, like he did theatre studies. He had beautiful clothes. He
Say
was
no more. Say no more.
6 foot tall, gorgeous. Yep. So
Yeah, that's awful.
it is awful.
Anyway, I think it is an awful thing to happen. I fortunately haven't really experienced that. And we were talking before and we were like, is that because I don't look that gay?
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, we've listened, it was a voice note the listener sent in, and she did preface the question by saying, describing at length what she was wearing and what our wife was wearing. And so part of the question was that she said, we don't look stereotypically gay. And that was then something that we wanted to unpack. And I mean, I think there seems to be, which is a shame, negative connotations towards looking gay. And what does that mean? So she said, we don't look stereotypically lesbian. We've got long hair. We were wearing like tank tops.
I mean, that does sound
that sounds quite gay. I'm joking.
It started off well. She was like, we've got long hair. We didn't look that gay. We're wearing tank tops.
And cheap shorts.
I've got some tattoos.
Chino shorts, tattoos, tank top. I mean, like, I'm in a straight relationship. But one time, I used to have, like, if you've only known me through the Up Close and Personal Trainer podcast, I am growing out a pixie cut. And this time last year, I had a shaved head. So, and I've had,
what?
like, yeah, I did. Look how long.
Shave?
Like no, not the total, like the side.
Oh, the side bits.
Yeah, like I've had like really short hair for probably about the last 6 years. And
so do people think that you're a lesbian?
Yeah, quite frequently. And I never ever took it as an insult, because I really liked the aesthetic I was going for. Like, I liked that I had short hair and it was a bit confusing and I had a bit of muscle. And am
I gay? Am I straight? Who knows? Straight?
Is she gay? I don't know. I'm confused. I'm turned on though.
Is she?
Yeah. And one time, this is really funny. There's this kind of well-known CrossFitter, and she'd posted a picture of herself at a competition, and I'm in the background, and it looks like I'm looking at her bum, and I had shaved head, and one of her pals commented saying, "Who's that wee lesbian in the background checking you out?" And it was literally just because I had a shaved head.
Yeah, so I think there is the stereotypical look.
There is.
And I think it is, okay, apparently at the moment as well, it's a slit in your eyebrow.
Yeah.
That is just, okay, well, we won't judge.
I think that's quite sexy. I'm in.
You think I should do it?
Yes, please. Do one.
I'll get more comments about my, what, all of it?
Like just slits all the way across, like a little barcode.
Oh, great. Yeah. Okay. I'll think about that. Just in case anyone didn't know, it's gay. Here's a slit in my eyebrow. I think it is partly like a, oh, by the way, look at my eyebrow. And then you'd know.
Do you think so? Or do you not just think it's fashion? No?
It's fashion, hun.
It's
but
fashion,
that is what fashion is, isn't it? Like, it's sending a message.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so there's that.
Expression, isn't it?
Huh? It's expression, yeah.
Self-expression. Mm-hmm. So she
there's
also...
There's a hoop through the middle of your nose. What's that called?
Septum piercing.
Yeah.
Shelley's got that.
Oh yeah, she never wears it anymore.
Does she not? Do you think it's because
Fortunately.
they were like, is she gay?
Yeah, I think people were getting a bit confused,
Okay.
Who knows? Who knows?
It,
Okay, what else? Shaved head or like undercut?
so are we going through butch lesbian stereotypes here? Is this what we're doing
Yeah,
here?
yeah. I think so.
So how
Thought
can
that
we offend people this week?
Well, do you know what? Just because it's a stereotype doesn't mean it doesn't look nice.
Okay.
It's just not for me.
Well, the second,
Tattoos. I think tattoos a little bit like a sleeve on a girl.
yeah, but do you not think like these are all things that we are told as women we're told to be girly and like not offensive, and now we're like, nah, fuck this. I want to have tattoos. I want to shave my hair. I want to be like, I want to have things that are maybe stereotypically masculine. But it's bullshit that they're masculine, isn't it? It's bullshit. We should just be able to be what we want to be, and not have to like wear pink. And
Yeah. Oh no, I 100% agree.
yeah, so
And I think growing up as a tomboy is much more exciting than growing up as like princess.
oh yeah, absolutely. The second part of her question was like, so
Yeah,
she,
it kind of relates to that, doesn't it? So it's
yeah,
like that's the kind of stereotype. Also, they'll be into sports.
yeah, she said, do we think there are more lesbians that play sports, or do we think that female sport is mostly lesbians? It was something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah. Or like, are lesbians predisposed to be better at sport?
And she said, is there a study on this?
Yeah, well, do you know what? I quickly Googled it and most of it was about like homophobia within sport.
Right,
And
okay.
I didn't open them at school. So I don't know. Like if you look at like university rugby, female rugby teams, there are quite a high number of lesbians.
Right.
But also I think certain sports, not others, like typically male sports potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Rugby, football, but then maybe not so much. Trying to think of another sport. Rowing.
Curling.
Cheerleading.
Um,
Curling?
golf. Golf.
I don't know.
It's
Golf's quite a male sport. What are you talking about?
Oh, are you thinking of like female? Oh, right. I didn't know. I thought you were just naming sports.
Oh. No.
I mean, all these things are going to be anecdotal, aren't they? Like,
Do you think that potentially, and maybe this is more like, so maybe this is a broader question, but I'm going to put it in the context of sport. So say you start playing on a female football team and some of the people you play with are gay, but you'd never been exposed to, like, I think most of us are brought up assuming that we will be straight, right?
yep.
And you'd maybe not even, like, I honestly didn't even think about being gay, if that makes sense. And then if you're exposed to it and you're like, oh, okay, that's an option, like
That's
from a young age, and you're open-minded, do you think that potentially more people would be?
That's really interesting. So you're saying that you could be like a young person and you join a football team and you meet a girl and you'd never really thought about it, and then you become in a relationship with her, and so it's like spreading across the team.
Or more just like that you see it, that it's fine, that it's acceptable, that you know someone your age who
Yeah,
is
I mean,
lesbian.
I'm sure there's an element of that, and in that case, that could be why, couldn't it?
Although interestingly enough, I've just said like, oh, I never even thought about it, but the woman who, so my mum went back to work like quite soon after having me, so I had a childminder who I was like ridiculously close with.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, like, I mean, we're still in contact, but I remember she came to watch me row like years and years later. And when she left, I was like, so I must have been 21 or something, but I was like really teary when she left.
Right. Okay.
Because I think it's from like when I moved up to Scotland, I was so upset that I wouldn't see her because she was like a second mum to me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the point of this story is that she is gay.
Right.
So I guess I was exposed to that.
Okay. I thought the point of the story was that you realised you were in love with her. No. Okay.
No, that would be quite strange. Yeah, she's like a second mother to me, and then I realised.
I was like, this is Emma, this is fucked up. Yeah, it's such an interesting question. And I'm really sorry that happened to her, but it literally says nothing about her or her wife. And I think like what she came away with that is that she was really assessing how she looked and how she was dressed. And it's kind of like victim blaming, like when a woman is attacked, like people ask, what were you wearing? Like, that is bullshit. The person who the focus should be on is the person who was homophobic. So it just says so much about that person and absolutely nothing about you.
And she did say they were like the drunks who hung around town, so I think that says it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is strange. And then I think people who, I mean, I'm really fortunate not to have experienced that, but then I guess it's because I don't have a slit in my eyebrow, so people might not know that I'm gay. I once had a comment being like, and I think this is like a really backhanded, this has been said to me a couple of times actually, but it's like a backhanded compliment. But I'm not even sure if it should be, but anyway, it's just basically like, you don't look like you'd be gay. Because they're not like, you're not butch, you don't look like a guy.
That's really offensive. That's really offensive. And I think
but I think it was meant as in like, I don't find it a backhanded compliment, but it was meant as in, basically like you could get a boyfriend.
Yeah. But and what I would do is, if next time that's said to you, I would tell that person that they're really wrong and a total asshole, and you should stand up for your butch lesbian sisters in that moment and be like,
I will do.
They're all behind you, be like, thanks Emma, thanks, you took one for the team.
Woo woo.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything else we needed to
do you want me to move on to the deal breakers?
Yes. I had one more thought when I was listening to that voice note. One more little theory, and I think it's like, why do men, like, why would a man comment on, like, jump out of a bush is what we have decided in our imagination, and say something homophobic to you? And is it because they're threatened by the fact that you would rather be with a woman than them?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's exactly that. It's like, how dare you step away from the norm that I am comfortable with, not me, this man is comfortable with. How dare you upset the status quo? I mean,
how dare you would rather be with your beautiful wife than me, who's a drunk from town? I do not understand it.
Exactly. Like, just the worst people ever. The worst.
Oh my god, worst is a thing as well.
Worsts.
Okay.
Right, cool.
Deal breaker.
Deal breakers, here we go. So here we go. We're going to imagine that you're single. Is that a stretch? No. Sorry.
Burn. But yeah, okay, continue. I think I can just about imagine this.
Right, okay.
Closing my eyes just to get into the... Okay, right, I'm there.
So you've been dating this girl, like, this is post-lockdown, right? You've been dating this girl for like 3 months, and as we always say in lesbian terms, that's like 6 years. So you've been there for 3 months and you are head over heels, like everything, she's just perfect, right? And then it's like, so we're in midsummer, imagine it's midsummer, it's really nice, and you take her for like a picnic. It's really romantic, there's like ducks and stuff in the pond.
Love ducks.
I know you love ducks. And like, you're sharing a strawberry, right? Like, you give her a wee playful bite of the strawberry, and then you take a bite of the strawberry, and then like you look into her eyes and she looks into your eyes and she says, oh, Emma, I want to tell you something. I just think you're so great, and I want to tell you something else. Coronavirus was caused by 5G.
Right, so she's like conspiracy believer.
Okay, so what do you say in that moment?
In that moment, I'd probably delve into why she thinks that. But like, honestly, I couldn't be with someone who, unless they were willing to change their mind. But if they were like, every time something happened, they're like, Emma, watch this YouTube documentary about how all these plane crashes like mean such and such, or like coronavirus was made by Chinese people to ruin the economy.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't have it.
No, I think we've talked about this before, but I think if you think that it's, if you're a conspiracy theorist, then there's probably an underlying mental health issue. I genuinely think there is.
Yeah. I also wondered, like, why they want to think that. Like, this is a bit of a stretch, but obviously I'm going to relate it back to fat loss and how, like, we know how that works, okay? Energy balance. We know that all diets work via that, depending on how you're restricting your calories. Why do people still want to believe that, like, insulin is the thing that's causing fat gain? Or, like, eating at a certain time because it's closer to bed means that you're going to store that as fat because you're not going to have a chance to burn it off before you go to bed? Like, why are these things still there when, like, there is evidence to counter them?
Because the evidence to counter them is, it's all too simple and too easy an explanation, and they want something, because they're a special snowflake. I think conspiracy theorists are special snowflakes, and they are like above the rest of us. They're like, wake up, sheeple. Yeah, like they think that they would know more, and that the real reason that they're not losing weight is because whatever reason, you know.
They're definitely low carb zealots, anti-vaxxers, and conspiracy theorists.
The worst. The worst. Up there with homophobes.
Yeah. So that's going to be a no from me.
Okay. Next one. So you have been messaging this girl all through lockdown. You've had like face-to-face, well, virtual face calls. What have you? Face calls?
FaceTime, babe.
FaceTime, thanks. Get into the right century. Right. Okay. So you've been having all this chat, and so lockdown's 10 weeks, and then finally lockdown ends and you are able to have her round to your house as of tomorrow. Actually, no, Thursday she can come round and sit in your back garden, in your front garden.
Can't wait.
Right, so you invite her round to sit in your front garden, and you, just before she sits down, you go into the kitchen. You're like, oh, do you want a drink of anything? Do you want tea, coffee, water? And she says, oh no thanks, I'm allergic. And you say, oh, you're allergic to coffee? And she says, oh no, I'm allergic to water. Deal breaker?
What?
See, when I drink water, like
I'd be like, babe, you're made of water.
I know, but that's a different kind of water. That's like the internal water. See, whenever like any external water comes near me, I just like I get like wet, and I get like it's not a nice feeling. I get a rash. Like I don't like it. So no, I can't drink water. I can't be wet. Like no, I'm allergic.
What does she drink?
What?
What does she drink?
Diet Iron Brew.
Of course.
I mean,
no.
I can only drink. No.
Mm-mm.
Like, would you just turf her out your garden right there and then?
Am I being too picky? Is this why I'm single? I feel like it's really limiting me.
Is it really limiting you?
Yeah.
Right. Well,
so many potential girls, and then they're just like, I'm allergic to water.
Don't fret. Actually, like, just going back to that, I can't deal when someone says they don't like water.
Yeah.
Like, how can you not like water? Water is water. It has no.
We've said this before, but even when people are like, no, don't eat fruit and veg, don't like it. Grow up. You're not 5 years old.
Yep.
You have to eat it.
You wouldn't let your toddler not eat fruit and veg, so you have to eat fruit and veg.
You wouldn't let your toddler not drink water.
Yeah, correct. Okay, but don't worry. There's one more deal breaker, and I don't know if you can hear. Tell you what, I'll just play it. I'll play it anyway. So, you have your first overnight with a girl, and you've been seeing each other for quite a while, but you've decided to like take it slow So anyway, she comes round to your house, but like it's like a Sunday night and she's working the next morning, and she just says, "Oh, just before we go to sleep, I'm setting my alarm, but I've kind my alarm's it's very specific. It's like has to be this song, otherwise I won't wake up."
Okay.
So you have a really nice sleep. What time do you get up at, Emma?
6.
6, right? Well, her alarm's set for 4:45 because she works at the airport.
Very specific.
She's got like flights coming in. She's a pilot, right? She needs to get anyway. So she needs to get to the airport. 4:45 comes, and you're woken by this.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh yes, I would love that. Yeah, I'm for that.
Do you remember this song?
It keeps cutting in and out.
Sorry. So if you didn't hear that, that was the Superman song from circa everyone's child's birthday party.
Okay, this is the song that I used to wake up to. You ready?
Yeah.
That. And I remember when I was on holiday, my mum would go mental. She'd be like, "Turn off the..." Actually, she never swore. But she was like, "Why does that go off every morning?" I was like, "Mum, I don't know how to change it." But I really enjoyed it.
You really enjoyed it. Well, okay, so that's not a deal breaker for you.
No. In fact, that would be like a tick from me.
What about if she insisted on you both doing the dance? So
yeah, I'm keen for it.
At 4:45.
Yeah. What a great way to start your day.
Honestly, it's such a good tune. Like, I remember at being a little kid going to birthday parties and loving the acting out. It was like sneeze. I'd be like going for the sneeze. But actually, it's like, see, when you read what Superman does, it's kind of like just your average day. Right, here we go. Ready? Clap your hands, sleep, wave your hands, hitch a ride, sneeze, go for a walk, go for a swim, now ski, spray, macho man, sound your horn, ring your bell, okay, kiss, comb your hair, wave your hands. It's just like an average day.
That's a successful day.
Successful day.
I think we should make a song about the Commit to 6 group and all of the non-negotiables.
Okay, so
that would be great.
What are the so is it like eat your veg, drink your water, 100 burpees a day.
Yeah, something like that.
Right, okay, I'll get on.
But better and remixed.
Okay, I'll get on for you. That'll be my challenge for next week.
Okay. Wow, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I think we, in terms of scoring our podcasts out of 10, I would
12.
give that a solid 9.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just losing 1 point because I don't feel like we're ending on a proper high, because sometimes what happens is we're laughing, we just laugh ourselves off into the distance. We're and then we just stop recording. But that's not happened today. We've just neatly drawn it to a close. So yeah, I think that this has been a strong 9.
Yeah, strong podcast, strong. If anyone does have any things to live by, life hacks or tips, or any stories that they want us to unpack, then please get in touch.
Okay. Love you loads. Bye.